All right, we got some Jared Goff news. We got some Jameson Williams news. But before we get to that, one thing we see in the comments a lot is, are you guys on social media? And our answer has always been no, but that has changed. So go and check us out. Sports Talk Detroit. You can find us on X, Twitter, whatever you want. That's where I'm the most active. And then also we have a Facebook as well. So feel free to check that out. Just another way for us to get our content to you. Really hope that you enjoy that for sure. So check it out on Twitter, X, and Facebook. But let's talk about what's next and what you can do here on this platform. So Jameson Williams, we know it has been underwhelming. Like we know that. And we know that Jared Goff has chemistry things with certain players. It's just there. And with other players, it's just not. So we see this playing out, and by it's just not, I guess I would rather say we see that it just takes time. So it's taking time with him. So we got some quotes from Jared Goff that are really encouraging to me, and from Jameson Williams that I love to hear going into this week where we're on Monday Night Football going against the Raiders. All right, so this is Jared Goff. He said, again, it's so early in his career and his development, Goff said. Just keep working with him and develop trust with him and get on the same page. Here's the part of the quote that I love. And it's this. He said, he's working his tail off at practice. Okay, let's pause there. Then we'll get back into it. For all the Jameson Williams haters that are like, dude doesn't want it. Jared Goff isn't going to come out and say he's working his tail off if he's not working his tail off. Jared Goff is not the guy that's going to throw his teammates under the bus. We know that. He's not that quarterback. He's not that guy. However, he's also not a guy that's going to sit here and give you praise or tell you something you're doing well if you're not doing it well. So when Jared Goff says he's working his tail off at practice, do you know what that means? It means he's working his tail off at practice. It's really that simple. So he went on to say he has done a great job to trying to get better every week and expect to see his development continue. Good. All right. So we know that his development's going to continue. We know that he's working hard. We know that there's all those types of things. That's good. All right. Here's something that I want to keep in perspective. Okay. Williams has played 155 offensive snaps. 155. That is what St. Brown averages every 2.5 games. So this article did a great job of breaking this down, but I'm going to just give you some perspective here. In about the same amount of snaps, we don't know exactly what it was, but in St. Brown's, let's just say his first 3 games, because he did play quite a bit, even early on. In his first 3 games, Amon-Ra St. Brown turned 10 targets into 6 catches for 43 yards. Jameson Williams, there's no touchdowns there, right? Jameson Williams has already shown the big play threat. He has, I think, 2 catches for more yards and even a run for more yards, each one of them individually, than St. Brown had in that. So, like, what you're seeing is sometimes it just takes a second to get on the same page as your quarterback. And that's exactly what Goff went on to say. He said, it's just reps. It's just reps in time, and it's a matter of time before everything starts to click for him. Now, I think it's a matter of time starts to click for each of them, not him. Now, do I think a lot of this, do I think the vast majority of this is on JMO? Yeah, because Goff has proven that he can throw to multiple other players. But we've also seen Goff just have a struggle with it. But sometimes it just clicks. All right. Williams went to say some similar stuff. He said, I feel like the chemistry with Goff has been good. All right. He said, like Goff said, it's been a good thing. Only been back a couple weeks, and we've been getting some extra work in at practice. Everything's been going good for sure. All right. So now I will go ahead and say, I don't know about good, right? Like, I mean, like, I'm glad things are progressing. You were targeted 6 times for no catches. I'm not going to hold the Ravens game against you, though, man. I'm just not, because that game was rough for everybody involved. So, yeah, I just think that is one of those things. I wouldn't say it's good. Yeah, no, not necessarily. But yeah, he said he also went on to say, and this is the last quote that I'll pull for you guys. It's always important to stay positive, Williams said. That's the main thing you got to focus on, because you can't let one play define you, one game define you. You just got to keep moving forward. It's not your last game playing. It's not your last down playing. So you got to keep looking ahead. Look, there are so many things happening. And would you like him to have a better understanding of the coverages? Would you like him to have a better understanding of maybe the route tree or things like that? Yeah. Yeah, of course you would. There's been multiple times where they seem like they're on completely different pages, and that's not happening very often with Goff and other receivers. So there's a level of trust that has to happen. But you could also say things like, man, I wish the Lions would just play him consistently. Right? Like, he couldn't be worse than Marvin Jones. And now they're going to start having to play him more consistently because Marvin Jones is gone. My hope is that Jameson Williams gets the snaps that he was in there for, and he gets Marvin Jones's snaps. My hope is that he is the third receiver, or at least third in the pecking order with snaps from the wide receiver position. And here's the way I look at it. I think you should have number 1 is St. Brown. Duh. Obviously, all the time. Okay. That's just a granted. Number 2, I would say Josh Reynolds. And you might be asking yourself, like, what about Khalif Raymond? Well, I think Khalif Raymond has a ton of talent in other areas. You need him as a punt returner. He is vital in special teams. He is a gadget type wide receiver that can do different things on the field. And also, if you have a problem with St. Brown, you need Raymond to step up in that position. He's consistent. So I would like to see St. Brown consistently in the slot. You can move St. around a little bit, and then Reynolds on one outside, and I would like to see Williams on the other outside. And Reynolds isn't known for playing an exorbitant amount of snaps. He gets tired pretty quickly. So sometimes I'd like to see St. Brown and Williams on the field alone in 2 wide receiver sets. I want to let's see what the guy can do. Let's just go and make trial by fire, right? I understand we're 5-2. I understand we're pushing for the playoffs, but here's the truth. And you saw it against the Ravens. If we don't have the ability to have big play guys on offense, it's going to be hard for us to keep up with certain teams. I think it's going to be hard for us to beat a team like the Eagles. I think it's going to be hard for us to beat teams like the Ravens or the Bills. We already beat the Chiefs, but I think that Chiefs team is different than the Chiefs team that you're seeing now. So yeah, I would say that is kind of what I'm looking for on that. That's really all I have for you on this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Check us out on Twitter, X, and check us out on Facebook. Go ahead, go over and do that right now. Why not? And you'll see us live tweeting through games and all that kind of stuff. So hope you enjoy the content. See you on the next one.